The phrase, speak your truth, it's become a generic hashtag lately. But as artists, this is literally your purpose. We have Stephanie Carlin is going to talk about some of the filters that keep you from speaking your truth. Stephanie?
Thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me. Yeah, speaking your truth. Well, the first truth I want to kick off with is that no amount of fame and no amount of success is going to provide peace of mind, freedom, and deep satisfaction, like in the ways that it really counts on that unconditional love frequency. Those are virtues we develop within ourselves, regardless of our circumstances. I mean, speak to anyone who has achieved the level of success you would like to achieve. Their search for freedom, full self expression, peace of mind, deep satisfaction was not determined by their wealth, their status, or their success. But it is achieved by discerning what is and isn't truth, your truth. Knowing your truth, feeling, tasting, touching, seeing your truth honors that personal integrity you have with yourself. And there are filters that keep us from our truth, that leave us stopped and thwarted, confronted, powerless. At least that's how it will occur in the moment where you're living your truth. And I want to talk about two sides of it, the physical and the emotional. I want to look at the emotions we feel when we're not in our truth. And they're emotions of the lower chakras, the emotions of guilt, judgment, criticism, anger. So you are an artistic leader, and your medium is sound, which is a vibration. And one of your commitments is probably that this world consciousness is moved by the sound and vibration you or your clients emanate. So it's pretty important to speak truth, right? Like be in a vibration of truth. So let's look at these tethers to these lower chakras. Who are the people that judge and criticize you? Who do you feel judged and criticized by? Who do you judge? Who do you criticize? Who are you afraid to get angry? Or who do you get angry at? Or who makes you feel guilty? Who do you guilt? We're taught that things can just like come into our life and suck us dry, and that is the way it is. Corporations, people, our partners, this industry, but untethering yourself from these lower energies while maintaining boundaries, while asserting yourself, well, there's nothing more powerful you can do to stand in your truth. But our emotions will harmonize with our physical body. And I want to tell you some kind of crazy stuff about how the body holds emotions, stores emotions, compartmentalizes these emotions. The system of our body that communicates with our hormones to the entire body and rules our emotions. Did you know that your adrenals carry the energy of guilt and indecisiveness in your body? Did you know the thymus is in the upper chest, just above and to the right of the heart chakra, between your heart and throat chakras, and it's responsible for your courage. It's even why like warriors will pump their chest, is to like stimulate their thymus. The thyroid is located right on our throat, and people with thyroid conditions are often unable to speak truth because they might have gone through a shock that rendered them speechless, and it's a trauma in their thyroid. And then there's the pineal gland. It's this teeny tiny but mighty gland. It's in the back portion of your brain, and it's your connection to higher power. And chemicals like fluoride will calcify the pineal gland. So, use that fluoride-free toothpaste. But they all harmonize together. And if one isn't working, it throws off all your moods and all your emotions. So if you're looking for a physical explanation for being stunted and speaking your truth, I'd start there, in harmonizing your endocrine system. But what I offer you today is the radical, audacious act of choosing to forgive. Forgiveness is the second most powerful vibration on this planet, the first being unconditional love. And when we forgive, we are releasing this trapped energy that is stuck in negative cords, and we begin to allow our endocrine system to harmonize. But when we resist forgiveness, we create heavy, heavy anchors that tether our thoughts and our feelings and our energies to the things we actually don't want. We stay tethered. So if you could forgive, what do you need to say that you haven't been saying? And who do you need to say it to? If you could forgive, who do you need to bring more compassion and love to as you discern what they're saying is or isn't truth? This is critical work for you because your truth matters when it vibrates through your art and through your work. And you're worthy of being heard. What you have to say is important. You have to share your art without a compulsion to be defensive or be governed by some fear of standing up for yourself. What would your art look like if you weren't humble or small about it? You'd probably be speaking truth.
I love it. And you talk about truth and like the energy, and I now have to go check my toothpaste first of all.
Good.
So the thing, that you talk about the energy and the internal energy, and you're also talking about like confidence, and you being able to speak the truth. You also, it generates confidence, that you are confident enough to speak the truth. And this is that, instead of the vicious cycle, this is the good cycle, where it becomes a natural cycle, that you're being truthful to yourself, you can forgive yourself, you can be truthful to others, and you can be confident about it. And apparently, from based on what you were saying, that sounds like it would just resonate and amplify good energy flowing throughout, correct?
Well, what I hear and what you're saying is also being at peace with whatever fears you may have about being hated. Because anyone who is speaking an authentic truth is bound to have haters. And the question for you as the artistic leader is, are you going to let that hatred stop you or thwart you? Or who are you going to be in the face of that hatred? I think it's one of the most powerful questions an artist can ask themselves.